Drive on Mama, buckle up. Andre TV here from DriveOnMama.com, coming to answer your Doordash questions today. And it's not even a question. Doordash full-time. What does it look like to be a full-time dasher for Doordash? I am going to be giving you the screenshots of every order I took. I am a full-time gig worker, so it's not limited just to Doordash. It is Doordash, Uber Eats, Instacart, whoever happens to be giving me the best order at the time. So, when you are a Doordash full-time person, just know you are not going to be able to make a livable income without putting in the minimum of the 40 hours a week that you would give a job in most markets. In most markets, if you're working less than 40 hours, you're not going to see the dollars you need to put a roof over your head, gas in your car, pay your insurance, your cell phone, and if you have a family, just times that by 2, 3, 4, however many people that you have. And when it's rainy like tonight, you can stay home and not work the dinner shift or the late night dinner shift because it's already 6:48 p.m. But just know you are missing out on weekend money on a Monday night. It is Monday night. And because of this rain, there is a peak pay going on in the market where I work. I was going to come back out anyway, but if I didn't feel like it, when you open up that red map and you see those dollar signs, like, okay, just a few hours, why not? I believe the peak pay is going to be, not going to, it is $6 right now in that market, up until $7.29. So we may only get one order in at that rate, but then it goes down, but it's still going to be a peak pay because it's raining and people don't like to drive in the rain. Addition to that, you're going to have to take out your own taxes or be faced with the IRS knocking on your door, and possibly worse, they can get into your accounts. The banks have to give it up if they say so. They say freeze it, it's frozen. And you have to keep track of your expenses for tax purposes. I currently don't use any apps, so I'm not giving you any advice on that. But is it possible to make a full-time income doing DoorDash and gig apps? In many markets, yes. In some markets, it will not be there. If the smaller your town is, and or the more saturated your town is, you may find it difficult to make the money that you set for yourself that you know would cause you to have everything you need at the end of the month and put a little bit away for savings if possible. Now, I live in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia. And the actual job, the last job I was working, I was making $21 an hour. Well, not the last of the last three. I was making $21 an hour. Then, after I lost that job, my next job was, I started at 32 and it was going to go up to 34, but I could not maintain it because of my commitments to my family. Meaning the hours were 12 noon to 10 p.m. And me and my husband have 3 children. And if you have children that play sports, you know there is practices during the week, some sports more than once, and then the weekends, their games. Essentially, I would be leaving him to fend for himself for everyone's activities in the evenings 5 days out of 7. And we go 7 days out of 7. So that did not work out. Then the next one after that, it started off paying $17 an hour, and I was making more doing the gig apps. So before I even finished training, I was like, yeah, this is not going to work. I could make more working the gig apps. Plus, with that job, I was leaving my husband to pick up the kids. Our trip to pick up the kids is about 2 hours in the morning. We leave at 6:20, and my daughter gets dropped off before 8. And then in the afternoon, I pick her up at 3:30. Then we go get the boys. Then we all go home and get home about 5. So yeah, that's a long commitment. That's the best thing about working DoorDash full time. You make your own hours. If you want, you can work all night long on the weekends and make your peak pay money, or you can work while they're in school alone. This Monday was my best daytime shift I have almost ever had. The only time it was more than this was like that Christmas week. And that was on a Friday. During the daytime, right before they got out of school, that daytime shift I worked, I think I made 180 something. But today came really close because I just became a top dasher a month ago. I thought I could not bear the pain of getting to a 70% acceptance rate and then seeing or testing out the benefits that they may have offered. But I tried it thanks to Sin City Deliveries, Richard, and I am ever so grateful. The cherry picking that I do now is way different. I see way more hidden tips, quote unquote. And all of the orders that I'm showing you, the one that I was upset with myself about was a $7.25. I didn't take the screenshot. It was right at the end of lunch when things slowed down. And there was no peak pay on for lunch. I took a $7.25 going 4.2 miles across the Rock Creek Park and thinking it was going to be a hidden tip because it was 4 items from a sandwich shop, an expensive sandwich shop. I get the items and it's 2 sandwiches, a bag of chips, and a pickle. I said, shoot, I got myself. But I said, okay, that's no problem. I accepted it. I'm not going to unassign. I deliver it, and the person paid $2 tip for 18, 19-minute drive. That is how dense the city is where I work. So to go 4 miles was almost 20 minutes of driving. They left a $2 tip, and it was a $5.25 base pay. I said, okay, you win some, you lose some. But working DoorDash full-time is possible. Learn what works in your market and your restaurants, which ones are quick. Learn to sniff out the hidden tips and the low tips that are just been boosted up by DoorDash. I'm still working on that myself. And you can do it. Now, tonight we're going to go and work until about 10:30. And let's see what we can do as a full day. I already put in 8 hours. But on Monday with peak pay, I'm coming back down for a few more. Let's see what we can get.